When one rig breaks, you just go buy another one.
I broke my off-roader.
I'm just gonna go buy another one.
Next day shows up with a new off-roader.
Buy a new one.
When the wife is mad at you for spending money and you have to sleep in your off-road vehicle.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm Josh from Trailbuilt.
I'm Brian from Trailbuilt.
And we are doing a video today. It's called The Truth About Owning an Off-Road Rig. So today we're gonna cover 10 different things that Brent and I are gonna go through, 10 different truths about owning an off-road rig. So affordability,
Yeah.
I think everybody could agree that it's definitely not a cheap hobby.
Yeah, I don't think, something new or a built-up older rig, I mean, new axles, gears, suspension, it's all, every rig has it. It's just depending if it's newer or older, and
Yeah.
or you have new stuff on an old rig, kind of the guys that pick parts and piece it together, but.
Well, and leading into, from affordability, not to mention we have all the maintenance.
Yeah,
it is constantly making sure everything's.
Yeah, when I had my buggy, anytime I went out, them 2.5 tons don't seal up that well, and it's the little things that could save you for the next trip. And a lot of times you're traveling 4, 5, 6 hours away. Then you get there and then you're working on it for half the day instead of having fun.
Yeah, well, it's important to have that maintenance and spend the time to go through all of the components and the seals and the U-joints and making sure they're all greased up, and your diff fluids, and checking transmission oil and engine oil, and it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And half of the part of wheeling is spending time properly maintaining your off-road vehicle.
Number three?
Number three. All right,
Okay.
so we got our affordability, which was number one, maintenance number two. Now with obviously owning an off-road rig, we have safety.
Pillow and duct tape and bubble wrap.
Pillow, duct tape, and bubble wrap.
That has saved me numerous times.
Yeah, owning an off-road rig, there is some inherent risks, not only when we're off-roading, but even when we're working on our stuff.
Yeah.
Being underneath the vehicle, doing our maintenance stuff, the chance for the jacks to slip out or the floor jack to slip out.
Yeah.
But it's even that kind of stuff, but fires, you're grinding, welding.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear is you spend all that time building, preparing, and if you don't have a fire extinguisher, all you can do is sit and watch what you've built burn.
Yeah.
And my last rig, I had 3 of them, 2 in the back, 1 in the front, and
Right.
That was my biggest fear. But also a good cage, if you're gonna build something, make sure if you're gonna weld or bolt or use the grade 8 bolts and make sure it's secure. Because if you're building a cage and you're using poop pipe or whatnot,
Plastic
do some research and make sure you have a good weld, because that weld breaks, the cage could kill you.
Oh yeah.
That'll go right through you.
Sure.
If you're not confident, just have somebody that is a skilled
Somebody
welder
to do
and
it for you, or bring it to somebody that has the experience on building cages, because there's not only the welds, but it's the architectural design, the engineering of the cage to be structurally sound in case of a rollover, or even flopping on the side. If you don't have your arms inside the vehicle and you flop over, I mean, you could easily hurt your arm. And upgrades.
Oh, upgrades.
Oh, so that's a big list.
Yeah, where do you start? You can never. They're never done.
No. You could be upgrading everything all the time. Because once you upgrade one thing, it's a
domino effect. Yeah. Okay, well, I put better shafts in. Well, now I broke a drive shaft. Or no, the gears. Yeah. And
or the yoke.
Yeah.
Or the
transfer
maybe
case.
aren't big. You upgrade your tires. You go to trailbuiltoffroad.com. You buy a set of 40-inch tires. And then all of a sudden you're breaking axle shafts.
Yep, or your training went out because you didn't switch the gears, because it's so much stress on it. It's ongoing.
Yeah. Well, and then too, it's not only the upgrades as far as what you necessarily need, but then you're always looking at things that you want.
Need and want are 2 different things.
Yeah.
What's next? Maintenance, safety, upgrades.
Oh, this is probably more for somebody that is just getting into off-roading.
Oh no, it's for everybody.
You got to be prepared to break. You're gonna break.
Yep.
You're gonna break stuff.
Yep.
You got to be prepared to break stuff. So
you can hit it harder. It's fine. Just hit it a little harder. Just hit it a little harder.
Yeah.
And broken axle.
Yep. You always have somebody in the group that says you can make it, or hit it harder, or what does that say?
When in doubt, throttle out.
When in doubt, throttle out, and then you hit it harder, and then after the 5th time you hit it hard, you break an axle shaft.
Yep.
And you were thinking like 3 tries ago, you probably should have, winched.
Yep.
But
Yep.
you got that friend,
I don't know who you're
hit it
talking
harder,
about. Yep.
and then you're spending more money at trailbuildoffroad.com.
Yeah, but hey,
Buying
upgrades.
more parts, owning an off-road rig, fuel economy. Just completely throw it out the window.
Oh no, I get so many miles per gallon. It's awesome.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know?
It's not many miles per gallon. It's
Just miles per gallon. Yep.
Yeah. You can't go into off-roading or expect to have an off-road vehicle and be conscious about fuel economy, because you're not going to get it. We're going to stop here for a few gallons. Then we're going to stop at the next gas station right up the road for a few more gallons, and then the next gas sstation up the road for a few more gallons. And it, again, kind of ties into affordability too. It's you can expect to be putting gas in your tow vehicle, or spending a lot of fuel on your off-road vehicle.
Just don't look at the budget. Just run the credit card. Have fun.
All right, so our next one.
What do we got?
This is a fun one. So one of the things about owning an off-road vehicle is that the cops can't catch you unless you have a helicopter, unless they have a helicopter.
Yep. I can't say that I've ever tried to outrun the cops in an off-road rig.
No, me neither.
I know that.
There is one thing with that I thought about, is if I had an on-road like performance car, like a street car, like a
Lamborghini.
Yeah, I know for a fact we would get in trouble with those. Whereas these things, off-roaders,
I can't. Yeah.
We can go out. We can.
Yeah.
Literally go out and just beat the crap out of these things and have all the fun in the world, and not worry about the cops like getting all up on our case about it, unless somebody's illegally off-roading. But where we go, it's all.
Yeah, it's usually my backyard or private land we have permission to be on. So.
All right, this one's for the Jeep guys. Can't go wheeling on a windy day.
You tip over.
Yep. You can't stay in between the lines.
It's hard enough when you get an off-road rig to go down the road. Yeah, you'd be all over the place.
Yeah, it's
or it's windy all the time because you're constantly going on the road like this.
Yeah, even on the calm days, you're still trying to keep it in between the lines.
Yep.
So I know you have a truck. I've got the Toyota Highlander.
Yeah.
For all-wheel drive Toyota. So when our off-road vehicle breaks, what do?
We just take the daily.
We take the daily.
Yep.
So that's the thing about off-roading, is if you break your regular off-road rig, you can go ahead and jump in your daily driver and take that off-roading.
Yep.
Another truth about owning an off-road rig is
mine spends a lot of time sitting in the garage.
They're really good at holding down the floor.
Yep.
In the garage.
Yep.
If you have a busy lifestyle, you have work going on, you have a lot of family events going on, your off-road vehicle, if it's not your daily driver, tends to spend a lot of time sitting in the garage.
Or if you wheel really aggressive and the drive shaft comes off, pokes a hole in the oil filter, wrecks the engine, it just sits for a little bit because you have to buy a drive shaft, you have to buy an engine.
So tell us about your experience, Brent, with that.
I was left unsupervised on a Sunday afternoon, and it was my own property.
Watching.
I decided to have a few Busch Lattes, and I'm like, I'm gonna test out the new trail rig. And like, I'm not gonna get muddy. Then I had another Busch Latte and that went out the window.
Famous words. I'm not gonna go in the mud.
And so I was tooling around the backyard, testing out new springs I put in. And then I'm like, I'm gonna climb the hill. Climbed the hill, it was awesome, worked good. I'm gonna do it again. I couldn't make it. And I was hitting it in second gear, rev limiter, and all of a sudden, kabang! And I backed down, I'm like, knowing I had like 2 teen Busch Lights. I didn't put it in 2-wheel drive. I just canned on it, and the drive shaft was flopping around and hit the oil filter. So it idled for about 5 minutes, and it started making noise. And got it in the garage and found that there was a hole in the oil filter. Oof. And long story short, don't drink and wheel.
There's a lot to be said about owning an off-road vehicle. There's a lot behind it, but then again, we'll never give it up.
No.
We'll go through all the trials and tribulations of upgrading the vehicle, spending the money, having the heartaches of having to spend an entire day tracking down an electrical issue, and all the other aspects with off-roading.
Any real off-roader, I think, has at least thought about selling his rig once. It's like, I'm
There's
done.
number 10.
I'm done.
Right there's number 10.
I'm done. I'm selling it. I'm not wheeling anymore because it's just, I'm sick of it. And then you buy another one.
Right.
So
Or you just keep on.
keep it on.
Yeah.
You just,
A couple days go by, the frustration goes away.
Yep.
And then you're like, do I really want to sell it?
and then I'm on trailbuiltoffroad.com buying more parts.
Exactly. That's how that always works. Well, Brent, definitely appreciate you
For
joining
sure.
us with another video, and we're going to go ahead and get back to work. I know we got a lot of stuff going on today, so
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Going to the bar?
Yep. All right, Brady, you're on your own.
See you
We're going to
later.
the bar. Well, I suppose I know I got to get back to work.
Yeah. I
Hi,
got
Luke.
stuff to do too, so
Well, can you get up?
I don't know.
You gonna need a hoist?
Ejectocito.
All right, guys. Well, that has been another video, truth about owning an off-road rig. If you guys are looking for any type of upgrades for your off-road vehicle, check us out. It's trailbuiltoffroad.com. And guys, make sure hit that subscribe button. Other than that, I think that's all we have. So I'm Josh from Trailbuilt.
I'm Brent. I'm Brent from Trailbuilt.
This is Brent from Trailbuilt. And we'll see you guys next time.